Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding? The date is 13th of June 2018. Time right now is 3:15 or 3:16 in the afternoon with my wifey. You can see that's my wifey. We are at Tesco. Tesco is a department store. We're just shopping. Got this question from one of my users, and the question was, Loy, how can I make $10,000 a month online? Now, before I answer this question, I want to give you a disclaimer, okay? Now, first and foremost is, or rather, I just want to put it out there. If you're a critic and you do not believe that there are people who are making $10,000 or I'm not making, then it's better you don't watch the video, because if you're watching the video just to pick up faults and say, oh, this is bullshit, why watch the video? Okay. The second thing is, please keep in mind that if I say, okay, I'm earning $10,000 a month, now this did not happen overnight, okay? When I started off online, for the first, I think, 6 years, I didn't make anything, okay? In fact, I didn't know that people could earn money online. So you need to keep in mind that there are a lot of things you may or may not know, and also the fact that it's not going to happen overnight. The third thing which I want you to keep in mind is it's a process. Everyone learns, ways and means. It's like running a business. When you open a restaurant, obviously you'll make a lot of mistakes. You not earn so much, a lot of money. But over the period of time, you'd know what works, what doesn't work, how you can maximize, make more money, and, make your business successful. So there have been many mistakes that I've made, many things that I've tried, and it has been a learning process. Okay. Last, if not the least, I've not been able to do this by myself. I have had not only a mentor in terms of guiding me, I've had mentors, I've had people who shared with me their ideas. I have booked sessions with other people to share their secrets. And yes, I have a team that works for me. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be able to survive. Okay. So now comes the part. How can you make this money? Okay. The first thing what you need to do is ask yourself, what are the skills that you have? When I started off, like 11 years ago, the skills that I had was blogging. I could write, but not so well that I could make money. Even today, if I blog, I make a lot of grammatical errors, spelling mistakes. I'm not that good at writing where I can charge people, even though some people say I can charge, but I prefer not to because it takes a lot of effort. So I was a blogger. YouTube, this just started. I didn't know anything about YouTube. I didn't know like you could make money out of YouTube. But I was good at public speaking. A lot of people used to take my advice. I was also into Toastmasters. The other things that I was good at marketing, I was good at sales. I used to read self-improvement books. So these were a couple of things that I was good at. And because I was good at entertainment, let's say DJing, anchoring shows, conducting workshops, seminars. So these were some of the skills that I did have, and people would pay me money. So first thing what you need to do is ask yourself, what are the skills that you have? The second thing what you need to do is find out what does the market want, for which they'll be willing to pay you money. Now, when I started off online, I offered people, services for public speaking, but there people didn't want to pay a lot of money. So public speaking was one. Then blogging, I did get paid, but not much money, but I still made a decent amount. Then apart from that, people did pay me good amount of money for conducting seminars and workshops. So seminars and workshops was one place or one area where I could make money. The other area where I discovered that was later on was when I would hold sessions in my house and I would teach people or train people or share with people the knowledge that I had. People would pay money to attend my classes. It would start off at $27. That's what I started off. But eventually when I started gaining popularity, I started charging people. Let's say it started off. I think I'm not too sure how much was it. I started off with $500 for a year. Then I went up to, I think the highest I went up to was $10,000. Okay, that was one client. He wanted VIP, like personal one-to-one coaching. So people started paying me to listen to me talk, to share the knowledge that I had, and then I used to keep it, entertaining. I used to give them stuff to do, creative, exercises, educational stuff that would help them improve their brand, money-making strategies, and we would do fun stuff. So it became like a small little group. Okay. But then when I decided that, I would leave Dubai, I obviously had to think, what would I do where my entire business model would go online? So that was where I realized, okay, if I have to move online, I need to offer services whereby a person doesn't have to sit in front of me, talk to me, means physically, but he can do this over Skype or on a phone. So that is where resumes came in, because professionals who have money, they would pay money. If I would focus on youngsters don't have any money. So I started focusing on working class professionals. And working class professionals, most of them, if they need something, only then they, get in touch with you. So I had to figure out what is it that they need. And the only time when a person needs something is when he is without a job. So I realized, okay, I'd focus on resumes. Then with the resumes came interview skills, which is not very popular, but people still come to me. But then as I kept thinking of how to improve in terms of resumes and, interview skills, and that's where I bumped into personal branding, whereby I would teach and train them how they could earn more money. Because end of the day, people are only interested to earn more money. If, what's the point of learning, studying, getting a certificate if you're not going to make money? That was my logic, which was correct. So then I had to figure out, which is your next step, is fine, you figured out what people want. Now, how is it that you can give it to them? So that is where it comes down to, you offer them, let's say, a silver package, a gold package, a diamond package. Each one of them should be a different rate. Like one should be $100, another one should be $500, the third one should be like $3,000. So normally people, they never take the highest one. In my case, the highest one is $100,000. As of now, in the 11 years, I've had only 3 customers who have paid me $100,000. Mostly it comes in the mid-range, that is $10,000 and $25,000. That is annually. So you need to have a silver package, gold package, and let's say diamond package. Okay, 3 levels of service. And in each level of service, you need to have something that really, like you need to say, okay, at the standard package, I'm just giving an example. I will create a video of 5 minutes for you, and I will do voice editing. Okay. Let's say the premium packages, I will create 5 videos for you. I'll do voice editing, plus I'll put graphics and a logo. Okay. And let's say you are talking of diamond package, I will create 20 videos for you. I'll do voice recording. I'll have actors in that. I will also design your logo, and at the same time, I will promote your website to, let's say, 100,000 followers of mine. So what you have done is you have differentiated between 3 levels of service. That was the next step, which I had to, decide and think about. The last step was, which is the most important, is how do you get noticed? Now, you can be the most talented guy, the most gifted guy, the person who has the most, unique set of skills. But if people do not notice you, you don't exist. So I had to constantly experiment with different websites. First, I had my website. Then I tried blogger.com. Then I tried Quora. Then I tried Medium. And now I'm trying YouTube. So I'm constantly experimenting by putting out content. And given the fact that we live in a free economy, a kind of gift economy where you give content for free. If your content is interesting, people follow you. So on my Facebook, whatever content I put, people either read it or interact with it, and it need not be the cliche, positive or inspirational. See, that is where you need to differentiate yourself, which is very important. Where where everyone else was wearing a suit and tie, I decided I would never wear a suit and tie. I would just wear normal casuals. Where other people were clean and they looked very professional, I got myself tattooed. Where other people would speak only positive, motivational and inspirational stuff, I started speaking on sex, religion and politics, which is supposed to be taboo topics, and I took a stand. And then apart from that, I also decided that I would have certain views, whether people like them or not, I would stick by them. So it kind of gave me uniqueness. So, and that is where personal branding comes out. You need to stand out from the rest of the crowd. So, when you combine both of them, you need to get yourself out there so people see your videos, read your articles, engage with you. And at the same time, you need to differentiate yourself. So it's like, for example, let's say you are a coder, you create websites. Now, I'm pretty sure there are a million guys who create websites. My wife is calling. So there she is. Okay. Finish, baby? Okay, let's go. So, for example, if there are a million guys who are creating websites, there should be a reason why someone would want to come to you. Now, if you just focus on creating a website that is, let's say, you're competing on a price point, that the cheapest, you'll always get people who will pay the cheapest and make you work like a dog and haggle with you, and it's such a miserable existence. So I decided I would not focus on those clients who are desperate for a price point. I'd focus on those clients who had the money. That is why I have very few clients, very, very few. And then I think you also need to focus on the part that for which I think your ability to sell yourself comes in. So if you do not know how to sell, if you do not know how to pitch in, you do not know how to hustle, you cannot close a deal, the contract. So I'm not one of those guys. If someone comes to me, please, come on, try me out. I know who I am, I know what I've done, and over the period of time I've built a credibility online, so I don't have to beg anyone. So if someone wants to come to me, they come, and I never follow up with them, never follow up for the sale. So yeah, these are the things you need to keep in mind if you want to earn whatever amount it is. But here's one more thing which I want you to understand. When I started off, even asking someone $5, I'm not exaggerating, even $5, it took me a lot of courage, because I didn't know if I was worth $5, and I kept asking myself, why would someone pay me even $5? So the first step was, starting from scratch. So it started off with $5. I would keep building up customers one after another. After I got my $5 customers, many of them, then I upped my game and started focusing on $10. Okay, so after I started to get $10 customers, then it moved to 50, then it moved to 100. So, it kept building up. Now, I've reached a plateau, how much I can charge. Now the maximum that I can charge someone is $100,000 US. That is, if I get it, it's luck. But obviously there's a lot of work involved and it's not easy. But I know that's the ceiling. I know that I'm never going to get a customer who's going to pay me $500,000, although I'd love to have that. And the reason I'll never get that kind of customer is because the fact is, I do not know what would I offer him for $500,000. I don't have anything that is so unique that a person should pay me $500,000. He's better off getting a car. Even $100,000, it has to be really unique, so unique that the money that he's spending on me, he's not getting this service anywhere else. So my price point, which customers are very comfortable and I get customers very easily without having much to convince them, is $10,000 US. So I hope these points were, maybe we will buy that. So I hope these points kind of give you some insight how you can also earn money. Like I told you, if if you're going to start a restaurant and you've never done it, obviously you'll make plenty of mistakes. Baby, I want this one. Just 100 grams. Only 100 grams. Okay, just little. So, so if you've never opened a restaurant and you do not have any experience running a restaurant, if you're started by yourself, it's going to be a disaster. Go get yourself a mentor, someone who has experience in running a restaurant, and you would learn. And if you're, the best way to run a restaurant is you go work for a restaurant, work as a dishwasher, work in the kitchen, work as a waiter, work in the management office, work as an accountant. And when you work in all these different departments, eventually you learn how to run a restaurant. In the same way, running a business online or being a freelancer, if you work for someone for some time and or get yourself a mentor, eventually you'll be able to charge from $5 to $10 to $20, $100, and it goes on to how much value you can offer. So I hope this gives you some insight how you can also earn money online. Remember, it's trial and error, it's not just me, man. There are so many people who are doing this, so many. You just have to go to freelancer.com, fiverr.com, or upwork.com. There are a million people who are doing this, millions. So I'm not the first, I'm not the last, and it's not impossible. So I hope this video gave you some insight. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Put your comments. I definitely read all of them, and I'll respond to them. So this is me signing off for now. Guys, take care.